Shoes. A flip-flop is normally held on the foot by a strap coming up from the sole between the second toe and which other?
The first toe.
I'll accept big toe.
Chip is the strongest link. But how will the votes go?
Baggy.
David.
Evans.
Yes, indeed, Mum.
How are you on Americans?
Septic's not too keen on them. He just voted for me as well.
Yes. And how about Christian Americans with silly hairdos?
Well, actually, I think Chip's quite a good chap, but generalising,
Well, I think it's always fair to generalise,
not too keen on septics, not too keen on God bashers.
Why, Nicky? Start the clock. Chip, in media, the abbreviation FT is short for the name of which national newspaper?
Frederick Times. Monkey nuts. I don't know.
Financial Times. Baggy.
George Clooney.
Correct. Chip.
Bank.
In the home, a revolving tray on a table often used for holding condiments and other food items is called a what? Slack Alice or Lazy Susan?
Lazy Susan.
Correct.
Bank.
Baggy. In 1990s pop music, the UK hit single by Underworld, which includes the line "Lager, lager, lager," shouting, is entitled Born What?
Born Young.
Slippy. Baggy. In employment.
Kaylee.
Well, we have a tie team. Chip and Kaylee have got 2 votes each. So, Jasmine the teacher. Why, Chip?
It was the Financial Times question. I just felt that he should have answered that.
Day. Chip, in stationery, what J is the usual name for a small notepad indicating its intended use as a booklet in which to write scribbled notes?
Jot pad.
I'll accept. Baggy. Chip, in Greek mythology, the Gorgon, called Medusa, had hair that consisted of which creatures?
Serpents.
I'll accept.
Clinton.
Baggy. Correct. Chip.
Bank.
In TV, the title character of a 1960s children's series was a dolphin named what? Nipper or Flipper?
Flipper.
Correct.
The strongest link statistically is Chip, with the most correct answers. Baggy is the weakest link.
Baggy.
So, Chip, are you getting your revenge on a bigoted old man?
No, not at all.
Why are you getting rid of him?
I do think that banking is an issue.
Baggy, sir, you are the weakest link. Seconds off your time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Chip. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Chip, in cookery, what name is given to the small utensil shaped like a club that is used to crush food in a mortar?
Batter.
Pestle. Chip. Paul. At a school sports day, a game in which a boys' team plays against a team of fathers is known by the rhyming name Lads v Who?
Dads.
Correct. Paul. On an Ordnance,
Bank.
what P is the town in West Yorkshire that gives its name to a so-called cake, which is actually a sweet made from licorice?
Pasty.
Pontefract. Paul. Chip. In crime, because of a mark on his left cheek, the 1920 Chicago gangster Al Capone was given what nickname?
Cheeky cheeky.
Scarface.
Sorry.
Has Paul not accounted for himself? Will it be Judgment Day for Chip? Should you say goodbye to
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Could you try not to be too cheerful? Just tell me why Jasmine.
I honestly thought she was the weakest link in that round, Anne.
Jasmine, you are the weakest link. In UK education, the main campus of the University of Kent is in which city?
Dartford.
Canterbury. Paul, in commerce. Chip. In astronomy, the 7 stars known as the Plough or Big Dipper are the most prominent in the constellation popularly called the Great what?
Gatsby.
Bear. Paul, in which 5-letter term for a rod that connects the hub of a wheel to the rim is also the past tense of the verb to speak?
Bumper.
Spoke. Paul, in geography. Chip, in cartoon strips, the space pilot featured in the children's comic called Eagle was Dan who?
Russell.
Dare. Paul. In the 1961 film Breakfast at Tiffany's, the female character with the surname Golightly shares her...
Statistically, Chip is the weakest link with no right answers. But who will lose out in the final?
David.
Why David?
I know I was the weakest link, but Paul definitely wasn't the weakest link, and the only person left is David.
David, you are the weakest link.
I hope Chip wins purely for entertainment value because he has been a very, very funny person to be stood next to. So I hope he wins.
Which simple plain figure has the same name as a musical percussion instrument?
Drum.
Triangle. Paul, unit of weight is equivalent in the UK to 112 pounds.
A gross.
100 weight. Paul, in geography, the volcanic island of Tristan da Cunha are in which ocean?
Pacific.
Atlantic. Organisations, the Mastermind Club for people who have appeared on the TV quiz show, publishes a magazine with which apt 4-letter title?
Mast.
Pass. Paul, Hartford is the capital of which New England state?
Delaware?
How brilliant is that? It means a family that includes the late businessman Sir James, the magazine editor Zach, and the former wife of Imran Khan, called Jemima, share which surname?
I have no idea.
Correct answer is Goldsmith. Chip, in terms of area, which is the next largest country of the European Union after France?
I'm gonna say Spain.
That's the correct answer. Chip, in cinema, the film roles of which actress have included a vampire, the love interest of Spider-Man, and a professional tennis player?
I totally know this.
Could you totally tell me then, please?
You know when it just leaves your brain and you're just like completely left?
So you totally don't know it?
I totally don't know it.
The correct answer is Kirsten Dunst. Chip, in the late 1800s, the job of a wanter was to capture which burrowing creatures whose skins were then used for clothing?
Rabbits.
Correct answer is moles. Paul, in the UK. Chip, in 2005, the Royal Mail issued a series of stamps designed by the artist Paula Rego, featuring scenes from which Charlotte Bronte novel?
Let's go dancing in the rain, shall we?
Correct answer is Jane Eyre. That means, Paul, you're today's strongest link, and you go away with £1,560. Chip, you leave with nothing.
The Kirsten Dunst question was the only one that really got me going because actually I so should have known that. Like Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite films and I don't know why I didn't get that. My mind just went totally blank. I love getting to chat to Anne so much. You know, she's tough on the outside, but she's just really a girl on the inside. So I just want to say this to Anne. Jesus loves you, baby girl.